What's growing on, my beautiful treeple? We are live right now in my backyard, so I invite you to join me, everybody, as we take a plant venture, and we're going to be doing a possibly maybe a long video that's going to talk about all of the different things I use as far as building my soil. So I'm going to do my best to explain everything as brief as I can, and I'm going to show you all of the different things I use to build my soil. And I'm also going to tell you where to get these things locally if it's available. I believe most of these things are available locally. I did a lot of research. So if you are in the Los Angeles area, this video is for you, mainly because I'm in the southern Los Angeles area. So for all those other growers or people that are looking to get into gardening and you like the way that my garden has been looking, all my friends, I want you to go through this video with me so that I can show you every single place to get all of these amendments. So let us begin with our first soil amendment, which I believe is very important, and that is rock dust. So right here I have 4 different rock dusts, and 3 of these 4 rock dusts you can get locally. Now I did a lot of research. It took several weeks to figure out where could I get these. Some of them are rather close, some of them are not, so you may have to drive a little bit further. Now rock dusts are basically trace minerals. So they're minerals and trace elements, and things like calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphate, all the minerals that you would see if you looked in science, and you see all the different minerals that they have: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, copper, everything. So I believe that every rock dust is different, and every rock dust has higher mineral content than another one. So one rock dust may be higher in calcium, another rock dust may be higher in iron. But I want to have all of these rock dusts in my soil so that I can get all of the nutrients and minerals when I eat the foods that I grow. So we're going to start with the azomite. Azomite stands for A to Z of minerals in trace elements. And this is a rock dust that is manufactured in Utah. So this is what it looks like. It looks like a pinkish or peach type color. It's a powdery looking rock dust. So this is the micronized version. They also have a granulated, which looks more like little pebbles or rocks. So this micronized version is going to go into the soil much quicker. This is also food for your earthworms. As they break this down, they will poop out the castings, which then turns into food for your plants as well. Castings is a good source of nitrogen, among other things as well. So this azomite rock dust you can get locally in the Los Angeles area, downtown LA, at a place called Crop Supply. Now they get this stuff in regularly, so if they run out they'll order some more. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited that I was able to find this, because I know this is probably, out of all these 4, this is probably the most commercial, but it took me a while to find a place that offers it in the big 44-pound bag. Now if you don't want to get this big bag, I mean, a lot of hydroponic stores sell this rock dust, azomite. The Down to Earth brand normally will have in stock at all of the hydroponic locations. So whatever hydroponic store is near you, you can check that out. it'll be by the company called Down to Earth, and it'll say azomite. But if you want this 44-pound bag, and shipping is expensive, so in the beginning I was paying on Amazon, and that costs a lot of money to get rock dust shipped to you because it's heavy. So Crop Supply is where you can get this rock dust azomite. I'll put the link below for you guys, and that'll give you the address and everything, and this is where you can get that if you guys are interested. Alright, the next thing we have two different kinds of glacial rock dust. So azomite is a volcanic rock dust, and we have two glacial rock dust right here. Now both of these are also micronized as well, so they look like a fine powder. Now it is important that you do not breathe in rock dust. If that gets into your lungs, it can do some pretty heavy damage. So as you see, I'm kind of far away, and in case the wind blows, it's gonna fly up, and I don't want it to go in my face. I don't want to breathe that stuff in. So this first glacial rock dust I haven't bought. This is my first time buying it, but it's by Plan B Organics. This glacial rock dust is Vital Earth glacial rock dust, and you can get these two locally as well. Now if you live in LA, you might have to drive about an hour away, because that's about how long it takes me to get there. I go to a place called 55 Hydroponics, and that is in Santa Ana. So I have to drive kind of far, but it's worth it because I'd rather get it locally. And we do have a price right here for you, $28.95 for this Plan B Organics, and I believe this is a 50-pound bag. We have a $28.50 price for the Vital Earth brand, and I believe this is a 44-pound bag. Now, I think these are good deals, but I have a bonus for you guys. I've been working my butt off to build relationships with nurseries and hydroponic stores, and I have a special deal that I'm working on, which I'll be able to share for you guys. So I will add that later, and I will share that with you guys. It will be a special code that's going to be available where you can get a nice discount on all products from this hydroponic store, 55 Hydro. All you have to do is tell them Chris Nuno sent you, Afroganic style, and they'll hook you up. So working on that right now, so by the time this video is uploaded, then that should be hopefully available within the next few days. So two glacial rock dust here that you can get locally in Santa Ana at 55 Hydroponics. Again, I'll put that link below so that you guys have that information and you can check out that place. It's a nice place. Alright, now we're going on to our next rock dust. This is Cascade Minerals, and this is actually a granulated rock dust. This is a mixture of basalt rock dust and volcanic, so it's a little bit darker than the others. So I have used this rock dust as well, and I like it. I like all of these rock dusts. This one, unfortunately, I cannot get locally yet, so I'm still searching. But I will put the link below because I do know of a website that does supply this rock dust. So I'm going to put that link below for you guys so that you have that. And you might have to pay a little bit for shipping, but I think it's worth it if you really want to get all the minerals and trace elements you possibly can to remineralize your soil. So again, let's take a look at these colors. We have the azomite, which looks like a pinkish peach type color. We have the Plan B Organics, glacial rock dust. So it kind of looks like a tan type color. All right. We have the Vital Earths glacial rock dust, which is actually like a gray color. And we have the Cascade Minerals rock dust. And again, this is the only granulated one I have, which looks like a black mixture of different dark colors. All right. So those are our 4 rock dusts. Now we're gonna go on to the next thing that I use to build my soil. All right, everybody. So right now we're looking at a big tub of goo. No, that's not goo. This is coconut coir. So coconut coir actually comes in a brick. So right now I have the Grow It Coco Coir Mix. Now they actually come in bricks, blocks. They also have the coconut coir chips. I do not like those. I really hate those. I bought those once and I made the mistake because I didn't know the chips would be so huge. So what I did was I used it for my compost tumbler instead of using it for a soil medium. Now this is soilless. It's a soilless amendment, so there are no nutrients in this, but this helps with moisture retention. So this will keep your soil nice and moist for a longer period of time. So this is good if you live in the desert, if it's hot in summertime. So, but yeah, as this brick gets nice and moist in the water, as you see, it breaks down and then it turns into this nice soilless medium. So let me smell this real quick. Oh, I love the smell of coconut coir. Why, I don't know. So, oh man, it's just breaking apart. All right, yeah, let's get that in there. Get in there, get in there. Get in there, get in there. All right, so this is really cool. I love coconut coir. If you do want to use it for your compost, it's a good good thing if you need carbon. So this is a good source of carbon. You can just add that in there and it'll also soak up the moisture. So you do need a ratio, a percentage of water for your compost. So you have to consider that this will soak up that moisture. If you have a lot of water, if you just put a lot of this coconut coir in there dry like this, if it's already broken down, it's going to be a little bit different. But this is another amendment that I use, and again, this is a soilless amendment. Now, coconut coir you can find at any of your local hydroponic stores. So I'm not going to necessarily put one link down for one location because you can get this at any hydroponic store. They have this at all of the hydroponic stores. And in my personal opinion, I prefer the block or the brick, not the chips. So whatever you guys prefer, that's up to you. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out another thing I use to build my soil. Let's check it out, everybody. All right, everybody. So we've got some insect frass right here. Now this is basically just insect poop. It could be beetles, ladybugs, anything like that. Insect poop, that's all it is. But this actually helps to build up bug resistance. So there are 2 different kinds of frass that I like. This is one. Now insect frass you can get at any hydroponic store as well. They supply this on a regular basis. There's another frass that's really good. It's called boogie frass. Boogie frass. it makes your plants dance. So that Boogie Frass, from what I know, I can't get that locally, but they're made by a company called Boogie Brew. So you can check out their website. It's boogiebrew.net. And they also make a wonderful compost tea recipe. Josh Cunnings is the owner, I believe, of that company. A very wonderful person. I love his rants with John Kohler. They're amazing and hilarious. They have me cracking up. But they speak a lot of true stuff, and I really encourage using their compost tea. It's not necessary for best, results, but I believe compost tea does work, and it does help your plants thrive, and it helps with disease resistance and bug resistance, and it provides a lot of nutrients and minerals for your plants to grow bigger and healthier and taste better. But Boogie Frass, check them out. They supply that. Insect Frass you can get at any hydroponics store. And yeah, check it out. We're going to move on to the next thing I use to build my soil. Alright, everybody. So, as you see, I have lots and lots, several bags of this California Gold. This is a humus, Humus. It is an aged compost. So it's basically made up of aged hardwoods, so probably stuff like red oak or cedar wood, redwood, different hardwoods. And those woods have just been decomposed for probably a year or more, and it looks like this. So as you can see, let's get some of this out for you. It stays nice and fluffy. It's just wood chips. Wood. That's all it is. And yeah, I love this stuff. So what I normally do is I like to use this as my bottom dressing. So I will put like half of my raised bed or grow bag with this California Gold humus, or you can use compost. This is just like compost. So half of your raised bed filled with humus or compost, and I like to layer in down there as well the rock dust. And after that, I like to add my worm castings, and then another rock dust, then maybe another worm castings, then a rock dust. Then I get towards the top and I add things like the insect frass and the biochar and all my rock dust, maybe some more compost or the humus, and maybe some worm castings along with the biochar. So those are the things that I do. And in between layers, I'll also add some coconut coir so that each layer has the moisture retention. You can hold on to moisture and keep it nice and moist. So California Gold humus, that's what it looks like. You guys can get this also where I get my glacial rock dust, at 55 Hydroponics, located in Santa Ana. Again, I'll put that link down below for you guys so you guys know where to get this. I am the only person that buys this stuff there. No one else even knows about this stuff. I found out about it from one John Kohler video on his Growing Your Greens channel, and I still can't even find that video. It was just one video, he posted it, and I don't know if he never used it again or whatever, but this stuff works, man. This stuff really works. And it's natural, it's all organic, it's just hard woods. That's all it is. This is a wonderful compost. So you guys can check that out. And again, I'm gonna have a discount code for you guys, so look for that and I'll add that down below as well later once I get that for you, because at 55 Hydro, like I said, that's one place I'm building relationships with, so we'll make sure to get a special price for you. All you got to do is just say Chris Nuno sent me here, Afroganic style, and they'll hook you up. All right, let's show you guys what I use as the next thing to build my soil. I want to mention real quick that a lot of these things that I use to build my soil cannot burn your plants. So rock dust, you can't burn your plants. You can add about 50% of rock dust in your soil or more. The California Gold humus or compost, you can't burn your plants from that either. So you can add as much compost as you want. You can add as much rock dust as you want. And you can also add as much worm castings as you want. With those three things, you cannot burn your plants. I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care about all these gardening schools and all this stuff. I didn't go to gardening. I went to YouTube school. And I'm telling you guys, I have great results. You cannot burn your plants with rock dust. You can't burn your plants with this California Gold humus or the compost. You can't burn your plants with worm castings. Okay? You can add as much worm castings as you want. You can add as much rock dust as you want. You can basically add as much compost as you want. You can just grow in those three things, and I promise you'll have great results. Add in some coconut coir for better moisture retention, and there you go. Best soil ever. All right, everybody. So we have another thing I use to build my soil over here, and this is called Premium Worm Castings by the company Organic Solutions. Now, these worm castings are wonderful. I love them. You can buy these locally as well. So I found a place. The name of that place is called Aqua Flow Supply, and it's located in Torrance. I will put that link below for you guys if you guys are interested in getting these worm castings. I believe that's the only place that I've been able to find it locally. So check out that place, a very nice place, and they supply this. Actually, people buy this stuff like crazy, so I know it works because I'm not the only one buying it. So people do know about this. These worm castings are rather new compared to the other worm castings that I get as well, but they work. I'm telling you, they work. And you can check out a video. John Kohler on his Growing Your Greens channel actually has a video where he's comparing his pepper yield using Worm Gold Plus, which is the other worm casting I use, and this worm castings, Organic Solution Premium Worm Castings. And he's found that through that test with his raised bed, he grew one raised bed using this worm castings by Organic Solution, and the other raised bed used Worm Gold Plus. He had a higher yield with Organic Solutions Premium Worm Castings. Now, I consider Worm Gold Plus as well as one of the best worm castings out there, but I like to combine both of them and just get all the minerals and nutrients from each worm casting as possible, because I'm sure these worms ate differently and were raised differently than the ones for Worm Gold Plus. Plus, Worm Gold Plus is high in chitinase, which is great for bug resistance and all of that stuff. So, again, you can't burn your plants with worm castings. Trees, like fruit trees, they love this stuff. Add in as much as you can afford. Add the whole bag, add 2 bags. It's not going to damage your plants. They love this stuff. All right, so now we're going to show you the next thing I use to build my soil. All right, everybody, so if you can see really closely, this is called biochar. Now, it's not like wood ash. even though they burn this as well, so they'll burn woods and different things depending on how it's made. But it's the char, as well as, I believe, basalt rock dust and worm castings, and possibly a few other things. I don't buy this locally. I actually get this shipped to me, and the company I get it shipped is Rock Dust Local. So you can check out their website, rockdustlocal.com. I'll put that link below. Very nice guy. He actually works really hard in making the best rock dust, and I believe this biochar is amazing. I use it as a top dressing, either layered in or mixed in at the top, and it helps the plants to really grow and thrive. So if you think about rainforests and places like that in nature where there's fires, things burn down, and then in a matter of weeks, months, or a year, you know, big trees will just grow super tall, compared to how they looked before they were burned down. But they just grow because they're growing in things like wood ash and biochar. And wood ash, for example, is 100% minerals, because when that burning is taking place in wood ash, it's killing everything that's in it and leaving nothing but the minerals. So this biochar works a little bit differently. I know you have to activate it. I'm not into all that science, so I'm not going to go through explaining that because I don't know the process. I just know that this stuff really works. So I encourage you guys to get this. And the biochar that I have, it's the Rich Mix. So go to rockdustlocal.com and get the bag that says Rich Mix. Rich Mix. Also is mixed in with basalt rock dust and their worm castings, and probably a few other things I can't think of. Another great soil amendment that I use. So let's check out another thing that I use to build my soil. All right, everybody. So we just took a plant venture and saw how I build my soil, all of the ingredients I use to make my secret recipe. I just gave it to you for free. I told you the places that you can get it. Most of the places are locally. Some you have to go online, but maybe one day I'll find the place that's close by. I want to share these things with you guys, just to make it easier. I took the time to find these places. I was really passionate about finding these different amendments, so I want to share that with you guys for free. And I encourage everyone to just do their own research and learn more about gardening, because gardening is so powerful. It changed my life ever since I had that small health issue in 2015 in December. And then I just got really passionate about it. And also being a music teacher, I teach lots of kids. So like I teach at an elementary school, preschool through 8th grade. I also work with kids outside of school, high schools, other places as well. Lots of kids, different ages. And it hurts me when I see kids have different problems. Elementary school kids, you know, back problems, high blood pressure, whatever. I've gone through it all, and they're on these ventilating systems during recess, and it just sucks. But the food that we are eating today is crap. Now, I'm not vegan. I'm not 100% raw. A raw foodist, but I do believe that organically homegrown, plant-based whole foods are very vital to your health and your life. For those of you that really care, especially now in today's time where processed foods and the food industry is at its worst, and the world is just pretty messed up. So I'm not telling anyone to be vegan or 100% raw foodist, because I'm not. I have gone through phases of healing my body and going on intense detoxes where I am vegan or I'm 100% plant-based. I just encourage everyone just to do the best that you possibly can. So if you want to have a cheeseburger every once in a while, that's fine. I don't mind, eating meat or whatever, but I'm not gonna go all crazy with all that. The food industry with meat and all that and dairy is bad. Dairy isn't good for you. But I don't want to cause any arguments or debates in any of my videos. I'm just gonna be who I am, and I care about everyone out there, even though I may not see everyone or talk to everyone. I care about these kids' futures. That's why I'm still teaching, and that's why I'm educating them, and that's why I'm working on a gardening club, and I'm going to get them growing, because they need to understand what the first job was and what the first job still is, and that's gardening, going back to Genesis, going back to creation, going back to the garden. So don't have to be vegan, don't have to be 100% raw foodist, plant-based, but you do need to start growing your own food so that you have more options. I'm sick of going to the store. Oh, I'm a slave. There's a red apple. There's a green apple. That's all I see. Which one do I want? I'll get the red one today. Thank you very much. Most of those foods are already dead, depleted. Then we put things in the refrigerator, kills it even further. Then we boil it, kills it even further. When you grow your own food, it's right there. You have your living Whole Foods grocery store, 100% organic. Your living refrigerator, your living fridge is just there. Once you pick it, make sure you eat it, especially vegetables. Most vegetables, you lose 80% of the enzymes in 10 minutes of picking them. Now, most fruits last much longer. You can store them much longer. Now, root crops, even though some are vegetables, they can last much longer too, like potatoes, and things like that. Depending on how you store them, they can last tremendously long. Now, again, I hope everyone appreciated the time I took to make this video, and I'm doing this for me, so I don't care if it's short videos or long videos. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my family and future families, so that we can go through this process together and I can see how I started. And then when I'm long and gone, my grandchildren, they can watch my videos and they can learn how to garden without having to go to school, because their grandpa did it already. And he has all the videos there and all the information. They can just watch it. And I'm doing this for all my friends, for those that support me and follow me, want to learn through this wonderful plant venture that I go through. So again, this is Chris Nuno, encouraging everyone in every way, whether it's your health, whether it's gardening, whether it's your career, doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you're doing, grow big and grow home.